Stop advertising your personal achievements on social media. You're only attracting jealous people. Keep your personal life private. Damn.
I pray that every time that you open up your mouth to yap your business to the wrong people, that you choke on your very own spit. And that'll be the sign that you need to put a muzzle on it, put a fork in it, a pin, something. Love you.
Did you know nobody know your damn business till you tell it? Did you know nobody can read your mind behind your smile? So start keeping your mouth shut about your business.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Giselle Gunya. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss a post.
Some of y'all are just way too loose when it comes to sharing information. Like sometimes you are just oversharing because you have not set boundaries with yourself, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, in conversations, content-wise, it doesn't matter. I know that you hear a lot of conversations about how much information should I share in the beginning. Well, I feel like I should tell everyone everything. First day, when I'm first getting to know them, yeah, cool, that's cool. But you have to have some type of discretion and caution before you enter these conversations. Sometimes you all set yourself up for failure. Like you put yourself in the most vulnerable state and you wonder why people exploit you or hurt you, manipulate you, or abuse you the way that they do. Sometimes you're sharing before you're even prepared for the implications that may follow. Sometimes when you overshare, this can be really risky, especially if you don't really know that person. You don't know what their intent or their motives are yet. Now, if you know this person for a long time and you know what their intentions are, they're pure, okay, I understand. But if you're just now getting to know a person, a friend, a dating experience, work, or anything like that, it's too risky for you to overshare. Preserve your privacy. You want to maintain the elements of privacy that you have, because it allows you to maintain control over you and your own personal narrative. Now, of course, you can't protect yourself from every negative outcome, but you can protect yourself from some. Be cautious about when, how, and with whom you are sharing information with. Because once that information is disclosed, it can be real challenging for you to regain any sense of control over it, or any sense of control over the impact. You want to take the time and gradually open up, gradually express, gradually offer this information. And I know sometimes it's hard because when you're meeting new people, you become anxious, and sometimes you want to pour certain things in. But when you are an open diary, or you're just giving a key to every person, you don't know them yet. But when you are gradual with the information that you give, and you are setting that boundary with yourself, and you allow yourself to express things as you build that safety, that security, and that trust, this allows a more nuanced and thoughtful exchange. The things that you say can be processed and absorbed in a more considered manner.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be diving into a topic that I think a lot of us can relate to. Oversharing. We've all been there, right? You're having a good conversation and you start to open up, and before you know it, you've shared a little too much. And suddenly people know things about you that maybe they shouldn't. In this video, we're going to talk about why it's so important to keep certain things private, and how oversharing can impact our lives, and most importantly, how to know when to share, what to share, and who to share it with. Privacy isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about protecting your peace, your boundaries, and your energy. So stick around, because along with my own thoughts, I'll be sharing some clips from other creators sharing their experiences with oversharing and how it may have impacted them. Let's dive in and learn together.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but yeah, it's time for you to stop oversharing. It's time for you to stop oversharing. Stop oversharing your goals. Stop oversharing the things that you want to accomplish, okay? Keep it between you and God. So many people will try to project to stop you, to put the brakes on your goals, friend. Are we letting them do that? No. So yeah, stop oversharing. Stop oversharing. At this point, it's all you need to do. You need to do it. Like, that's it. We don't have to tell everyone everything. That's part of life. You don't. You don't. Trust me. You'll get there. But I'm going to be the one to tell you, stop oversharing. Your life is designed for you. That's it. Some things are between you and God, and it's not for anyone else to understand. That's the message, friend. I love you.
My mama always taught me this. I probably said this already. Don't tell nobody anything you're not comfortable with them telling at least 2 people. If you're not comfortable for 3 people to know this information, at the very least, keep it to yourself.
If you're an oversharer, you've come to the right place. Here is my checklist to help you to shut your mouth, and it's really practical. Before you share any piece of information, I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions. Number 1, is this an appropriate piece of information to share? Sounds obvious, but that's why it's the first question, because it's a really fundamental question. Number 2, and now we're really getting to the critical stuff. What am I hoping to achieve by sharing this information? Is it support, solution, sympathy, attention? Clarify that in your mind. If you're looking for sympathy and attention and even solutions, speak to a therapist. Number 3, is this a safe place to share this information? The workplace with your colleagues is not a safe place to share such information, but the setting of your therapist's office is. Number 4, does this person have a record of stewarding sensitive piece of information correctly? Basically, can I trust this bitch? If not, keep it closed, keep it moving, just because we always need to think about worst case scenario, we need to ask ourselves, if this piece of information gets leaked, what are the potential ramifications of that? I know, good, isn't it?
All right, so let's dive into what to do if you find yourself in a situation where you've overshared. You know, as we were watching the other video, the previous content creator, she mentioned that if you ever feel the urge to spill your tea, that it might be a good idea to reach out to a therapist or a counselor. And honestly, I couldn't agree with her more. It's so important to understand when it's appropriate to share things, and sometimes we get caught up in the moment, and before you know it, we've said way too much. So what to do when this happens? First, of course, recognize it. And if you feel a little cringe afterwards, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. What I'd like to suggest is to take a step back and learn the power of being quiet. Not every moment needs to be filled with words. And y'all, I learned this at an early age. So I definitely want to share that with y'all. And sometimes just listening is where the magic is. Set those boundaries for yourself. And it's cool to share, but not everything needs to be out in the open. And if you feel like you've crossed the line, it's perfectly fine to change the topic.
Y'all know what I really don't realize? People be mad because they don't know your business. People will get mad at you because you won't tell them your business. For real. The less people know about your ass, the better. I promise you, the less people know about your ass, the better. Because guess what? All they're going to do is go around and talk about it and judge it. Either secretly or goddamn to other folks. Some people just flat out fucking knows it, okay? I'm just gonna be honest with you. Some people don't want to know shit, but what you got going on in your life. They ain't worried about what's going on in their life. I want to know what's going on in your damn life. They call to get information. They always scanning your motherfucking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, trying to see what's going on in your life. Why do you give a fuck? Why? What I eat don't make you shit. I ain't doing nothing for you. You ain't doing nothing for me. So why is my life such a big concern for you? You up here spying on my page with a motherfucking magnifying glass, bitch. The fuck, why? I don't understand. Like they say, you got sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine, motherfucker. How you gonna sweep around my door when you got trash all in your motherfucker coming out your house? You gonna get your broom and mop and come over to my house and sweep up around my motherfucking door, clean up around my house. But meanwhile, your house got shit in it. Your house got soda cans, trash, potato chip paper, everything all around your motherfucking house. Why the fuck are you worried about cleaning up my shit for? Worry about yours. Worry about your own shit. Worry about what's going on in your life. Cause get what? I promise you, I don't give one about what's going on in yours. Believe that.
Stop telling people your business. You will be surprised how many people be so happy to see you go through stuff. You'll be surprised how many friends you vent to when you're going through it with your boyfriend or girlfriend. And as soon as you're done telling them, they telling everybody else. Stop telling people your business. Stop telling people when y'all struggling. People love that shit. And it be the closest people to you. You will never expect that shit from. Stop telling people your business. If you go and tell your friend every time you're going through something with your man and your girl, she gonna feel entitled to have a opinion on your relationship. So when y'all get back together, she gonna be, still putting her opinion in because you made that space open for her to feel entitled. Y'all gotta start talking to God and stop talking to people, because people really don't be caring what you're going through. Seriously. If I could tell y'all how many people I vent to now, probably just my girlfriend, my mom. Maybe 1, 2, 3 people. I don't know. But I learned my lesson with that. Stop telling people your business. People don't be caring. People be happy to see you go through shit. Talk to God more and talk to people less, because they don't care.
So there are definitely people out there who try to dig for information, and if you're feeling vulnerable or if you tend to please others, you might think that their questions are genuine and open up. But here's the thing, sometimes they're just fishing for details that they don't need to know. And I know this all too well. Many of us who grew up with people-pleasing tendencies or who were manipulated into sharing too much as kids can find ourselves doing the same thing in adulthood. I've been there myself, but over time, I learned that I don't have to answer questions the way that people expect me to. Now I take the time to evaluate what's being asked instead of rushing to fill in the silence or to satisfy someone's curiosity. I really like to think before I speak. It's all about protecting my space and my story. If someone asks me something personal, I pause and consider whether the information is something I want to share or even need to share. So, I want to know, have you ever found yourself oversharing or dealing with someone who just won't stop digging? How did you handle it? And share your experience down in the comment section below. It's all about learning from each other, and your story might resonate with someone else.
This might be a strict friend rule, but if I find out that you told somebody that's like a friend of a friend, not one of my friends, like a friend of you, and you're my friend, my business, I am probably never going to trust you again. Because what made you feel like you had ownership over my business to be able to tell this friend of a friend what we talked about out of the privacy of our conversation? Like, I disclosed this information to you because I felt comfortable. And now I regret that. And especially because I'm the type of person that, like, I always ask myself if I overshare. Like, I might open up to somebody on the phone, and because of past trauma or whatever, I get off the phone and I'm like, dang, I should not have told them all of that. Like, they have too much information on me. So it's like, when my intuition really is right and my gut is right, and I feel like you told somebody that I do not have like a personal relationship, my business, I am going to be extremely upset because, like, now this random person has ammunition on me, and I can't even do nothing to defend myself. I don't know nothing about them. And no, they're not saying that like they air my business out. I'm gonna air their business out. But I would much rather be comfortable to know that we both have some eggs in the basket together, or we both have a horse in the race. You know, you giving them this free one up on me and I don't even know them.
Oversharing is how you leak your energy, which is why privacy is energetic protection. There's no need to tell people more than they need to know. The less you reveal, the more they can wonder. Moving in silence is powerful, and it's how you maintain a peaceful life. This is how you vibrate higher.
Respectfully, 4 videos in, you baby girl still don't know how to shut your mouth. Well, I didn't realize how much oversharing is an epidemic. I'm going to give you practical tips to help you shut your mouth. This time is how not to overshare when you're in a conversation with someone. I'm going to call this the 4D method. Number 1, deflect. So the formula to this is a word or a sentence to acknowledge what you've been asked. And then the second part is where you start talking about an adjacent topic. Let me show you this in real time. Oh my god, babe, how was the new job? Oh my god, yeah, the new job. Well, getting the job in the first place, it was so challenging. I had to go through so many rounds of like interviews. So thanks for asking. You see that? Number 2, decline. When I say no, no means no. There's no if, there's no buts, there's no explanation that comes after. It's just a no. You need to become confident, comfortable with setting your boundaries and saying no. No is extremely powerful. Abrupt, but powerful. I always say, unless it's God or your mum, you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Number 3, distract. People like talking about themselves. So just ask lots of questions and people keep on talking about themselves. And then they'll forget to ask about you. Number 4, divulge. But divulging within boundaries. This technique can be used in an instance where you want to reveal some information, but not everything. You can either talk about things that are old news, like old news to you, you did them like 6 months ago, or things that are common knowledge, i.e. things that are already out in the ether. So in other words, whenever you're tempted to overshare in a conversation, remember the 4 Ds. Deflect, decline, distract, divulge in a controlled way. If you really want to take this mastery to a whole nother level, use a combination of all 4.
Alright, so let's talk about it. The previous creator had mentioned that asking more information can create a space for you to be quiet. While I get the intention, I really don't vibe with people who just dig for information. Just because you're comfortable with sharing your business doesn't mean that I am. It's frustrating when people try to volunteer personal details about themselves in hope of creating a safe space for you to open up. That's not how it works. Personally, I've decided that I'm not sharing my business with anyone anymore. I know who I can turn to if I need someone to talk to, but outside of that, my life is my own. Even my siblings and my family won't know anything unless it's absolutely necessary. There's real power in being private, and I want to emphasize that protecting your personal space is vital, and it allows you to maintain control over your story. So remember, it's okay to keep things to yourself. Your life is yours, and you have every right to decide who you want to share it with.
Stop telling people your plans. Stop telling people your business. You need to start protecting yourself and your vision. Not everybody has good intentions for you. And as much as you can have good intentions for them, you can have all the love in the world for them, they can shit on it. Some people will literally take it and shit on it and not care. I think sometimes so much really kind people want to give so much to everybody, but not everybody can receive the gifts that you have. Not everybody is on this level to even think about receiving it, you know? People operate in so many different kinds of ways. And honestly, some people just are like, genuinely, they suck. And you can't trust everybody. As much as you might want to, as much trust as you have in yourself, keep that trust for yourself. I'm not saying don't trust everybody, cut everybody off, but just be careful. Not everybody has good intentions. Someone who's really empathetic, I genuinely wish everybody was good. I wish they were. But some people have so much compounded trauma and so many negative things that they've taken with them from their childhood into their adult life that you just can't share everything with them. Stop telling your business to people that you know are going to shit all over it because you're self-sabotaging. The Mountain Is You is a really good book for that. But I'm telling you right now, don't place your success into the hands of others because you're afraid of it. Heal your fear of success, get to where you want to be, and stop telling people your business.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I just want to just share something. You know, I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop telling people your business. You know, I understand that maybe you carrying a heavy burden or a lot of things going on and you just need somebody to confide in. Most of the people you know are honestly low-key happy that you got issues and you got problems. People want to know your business just to tell your business and never, ever allow them to see you sweat. You know, I don't know what it is with people there pretend that they care for you and they got your back and they there for you. You tell them or you confide in them about something that you going through, then boom, everybody in your family know. Boom, all your circle of friends know. And you ain't told that person. You know what I'm saying? They telling your business just because of the simple fact that they happy that you got issues and problems. You know, I went through some of the darkest times of my life really by myself. Nobody knew what I was going through. And I just say this, the people or the person that you really want to confide in, if they don't have the ability or they're not in a position willing and able to help you, they don't need to know what you're going through. Most times it's best to keep your hardest moments and whatever it is that's bothering you to yourself, because it'll cause more harm than good. Because a lot of times people just spread your business. They think they just, you know, they want to share something, but really honestly they just gossiping. You know, I had to leave the country for like 3 months. I was in Paris for like 3 months because I knew, you know, something. I was getting ready to go through a whole lot of BS, right? And I just needed to clear my head. When I came back, I did not know it was going to hit me as hard as it did. But nobody in my family knew. Nobody around me knew. I still went to work every day like everything was okay. But I started to downsize, you know, my life. You know, the cars I had, I was downsizing. I never shared my business because people want to know your business to tell your business. During that time, you know, I was fighting a case. I had a 6-figure tax lien, IRS tax lien on me. All my bank accounts were frozen in the negative. You know, a lot of things would just hit me back to back to back to back. And even though I didn't share my, you know, what I was going through, people noticed that I was not driving the same kind of car. I remember, you know, I used to be a hairstylist, so I was working in the shop. I was going to work every day like everything was okay. A client of mine, and this woman was heavy in the church. A client of mine noticed that I pulled up. When I was going through everything, I went to the auction. You know, when I downsized, I went to the auction, bought me a car, paid cash, put the title in my mama's name. You know, I got my little Lolo. I'm pulling up to the shop, and she noticed that I'm in this little, you know, this trap car, which I call a trap car. You know, it was a little Ford Taurus. So she sits in my chair and she goes on to say, I can't believe you driving a car like that. I thought I'd never see the day that you drive a car like that. See, this is what I'm saying. Even though people don't know your business, that's how hard people watch you. People watch you and watch your transition. Even though they don't know what's going on, they make their own assumptions or whatever. You know, so I told her, I said, listen, I said, do you know what it feels like to go to the Mercedes dealership and drive off in a $180,000 S-Class Benz? She was like, no. I said, I do. I said, so that car out there that I'm driving is not going to make or break me. People don't know what you're going through. They'll assume something, but they really don't know. But they'll make matters worse trying to low-key throw shots at you or jabs or shade, all of that. You got to protect your peace by never allowing people to see you sweat. Most people will be happy to know that you got problems. Don't tell them anything.
So to wrap things up, let's remember the value of privacy in our lives. It's all about the balance between sharing and protecting your personal space and business. Oversharing can sometimes lead to uncomfortable situations, but by being intentional about who you share with and what you share, you can maintain your peace and boundaries. So as you navigate your conversations, think about who you're talking to and whether they deserve access to your personal experiences. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so please comment down below. How do you handle your situations where people are trying to dig for more information or where you've overshared way too much? What do you do moving forward? Let's keep the conversation going down in the comment section below, and thank you for tuning in. And remember to always protect your peace. God bless y'all. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Bye.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?